Okay, don't worry, I'm not going to put through this. This is our kitchen. But I've got Monday video. We got 3 things. 1 is about buying a property, 2 solicitors, and 3 finance. Hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome to Monday night. It is my video, 5 o'clock, and welcome. I hope you're enjoying the series, and there's a lot of information. If you go back in the previous ones, please watch them. You're going to get a lot of content in there that is going to really help you on your property journey. Tonight we're going to look at 3 things. 3 things. 1 about buying property, 2 about solicitors, and 3 about funding, the fundamentals. So a lot of people, come to me and ask me about, what you should be looking at and on all this. And as I'm mentoring people in my program, I just started another program 2 weeks ago, no, just over 1 week ago, and they 10 people have come on it by Refurb Refinance, and they've got all their homework to do. They're working hard, they're viewing properties, and we go through, what to look at and everything else. But for today's video, let's start with number 1, buying a property. So look, I work with all different people, and there's 2 different ways. There's either you're going to finance it with a mortgage, or you're going to buy it with cash. I work with people doing both ways. The first and foremost, you've got to be careful, is you need to understand what you are doing. So I understand that when it's cash and people might inherit money, they might have made their money, might have sold a business and have a lot of money. However, there is still a lot of things that can go wrong. One of the things, and I know firsthand, I had a friend who did it. He inherited some money, bought a property and thought he didn't need a survey, and then when he found out after he bought it and did it up a bit and went to get a survey, he found out that it was subject to a mine in the area, and it became unmortgageable with most of the lenders. And then when he did find someone who would put a mortgage so he'd get his money back out, it was a really high percentage. Now, if he had done a survey, a few £100, he would have found that out. Unfortunately, the solicitor didn't pick it up because they weren't looking for it, and that was something that he found very hard to get out because it was a cash purchase. So his exit was either to leave all his money in that property, or to take a very high percentage, which meant that his end margin would be very narrow, if at all. And also remember, there's a calculation on the finance, so that's quite a difficult thing. But at the point that he wants to sell, think now, he's taken all of those people who can get a normal mortgage out, and it's either going to be a cash buyer or someone who takes a specialist lender to get that purchase. So it's a word of warning that when you are purchasing, if you're buying with cash, always take a survey. If you're buying with a mortgage, you will pay for a survey, but that survey will just be at a level that the lender believes that by lending you that much money, that property will secure that much if they had to take it back and sell it. It's not going to give you all the information you need, especially with properties that have certain things wrong with them. And again, this is something that you've got to take responsibility. So if you are looking at something which has got slight movement, or there's damp, or there's a tree too close to the property, or something is going on, you need to use your own eyes and own expertise, and promise you it is worth the extra investment to take a better survey, a structural engineer's report, something like this. It would cost you more, but it's going to give you all the information that you need. And remember, it's better to invest at that level and then to learn and pull away and lose maybe £1,000 or a little bit more, rather than buy it and then get stuck with what we call in the business a lemon or a kipper. Point 2, let's talk about solicitors. Now, solicitors are are very good. They provide a very good service for you, and you and I cannot buy a property without using a solicitor. I've tried, and you're just not allowed to do it. But and for the solicitors who are watching, I take my hat off. You have a very high pressure and high stressed position, but just to take it from my side of the table, let me put it in perspective. When I went to university as a mature student, all my life, I left school. I didn't go to college or university when I left school, but I held the tutors of university in such high regard, high esteem. But when I went to university to do 2 degree courses, they were very good, but I was working as a community development officer, and the tutors, I fully expected that they would have the experience. I was shocked that only one of my many tutors had practical experience, and that was a gentleman who had 30 years in the police, and he was teaching criminology. Full of stories, real things, great experience, and you learnt so much from him rather than someone who's only learnt it from a book. And I really struggled with that. So let's go now to solicitors. There are some great solicitors in there, but they also, please don't think that they are infallible. Unfortunately, you must check every single document that they're sending out. Go through everything. There will be mistakes sometimes. Quite often, more often than not, there are mistakes. I actually now use a more specific solicitor, other than a lot of the solicitors out on the circuit that supply services for people on the property circuit, shall we say. I don't share them. I don't share my solicitor now. I don't share my accountant. Why? I find that they're do a much better job, because they're not filled and absolutely dominated and put upon by so many numbers of people, and I think that's one of the things for it. So look, solicitors are great, but please check. One of the contracts I had once, there were 10 glaring mistakes in that. So if I just signed it, it's bad. Whereas I can tell you some land that I bought fairly recently, the other side, the owner of the land, came back and said, "Trevor, can you hurry up? Your solicitor is messing about with 2 small issues." So I phoned my solicitor and I said, "Look, I've just been told this. Can you tell me what those issues are?" One, they had the contract that came from the other side had the wrong title number down of the land, which meant I was buying a piece of land that didn't even belong to the person who was selling it. That was a major thing. That wasn't a small issue. And secondly, on the plan, it was very clear that it said that I was responsible to build a fence between the marks of A and B, and on the plan that they had, there was no letter A and B. So again, it wasn't a small issue, but it was something that we had to get sorted out. So again, this was out of my control. Fortunately, my solicitor did a good job and found that out, and he went back and I called the guy. I said, "Look, I'm sorry, these aren't minor issues. I think you better give a bit of a rocket to your solicitor, because it's got this completely wrong, and the wrong title number is not a minor issue." Okay, and without A and B, you can put that in later, meaning I'm doing a huge fence all the way around. We just need that in so I know exactly what I'm responsible for. So the last point, number three is funding. Look, funding is very important. You must get this sorted out. As I'm mentoring people, there's all different walks of life. There's one person who's got £500,000 in cash. I've been talking to them and said, look, on your very first property, you can't do something really big because you haven't got the experience. If you wanted to buy something at 1.5 million and convert multiple flats, 10 flats or something, you won't be allowed to do it. Why? Because you haven't got the experience. You'll need someone else in with you. It could be someone like myself, or somebody who's got that track record that you partner up with. You leverage their knowledge and their experience and their relationship with lenders, and then you can do it. By jumping in, unless you can do everything cash, which that's fine, and that is a fast track way, do something with cash. So you would buy, let's say, a block, and you'd build 10 flats. and then you start renting. Now you've got experience because you've done it. Now lenders will refinance you, but don't go for something too big. A lot of people that I work with, they want to do HMOs straight away. I want HMOs, but they want to do it on a buy, refurb, refinance. Wisdom says if you've never done it and you really have limited knowledge about it, one of the best things to do is to go on a smaller level. And so that means do a single let. Get that right. It won't take too long. Do it. You're going to learn a huge amount. Once you go into an HMO, different regulations and things, that first one is going to put you in good stead. Make a mistake when you're doing HMOs, it's going to cost you an awful lot more. Single let, you're going to learn a lot. Trust me. Okay. The other thing with finance, you need to get that in place right from the get-go. Okay, so you need to be sitting down with a really good mortgage broker. If you haven't got one that you know or trust, let me know and I'll introduce you to a very good personal friend of mine who does a really good job. And that's fine. I'll put you through to Martin to help you. The other thing is, once you get that in place, make sure that you passed all the checks, you supplied all of your information. If you're doing it with private finance by using a joint venture partner, then you really do need to make sure that communication is number one. It's always been my number one. I always liken it that communication is the source of life. And why do I say that? Back to my biology days at school, I remember osmosis, and somebody said that a plant or a flower cannot grow without water, and that is the communication of life through osmosis. So by being connected, having strong communication, even when things are tough and stretched, then you must be able to connect with each other. And if one side goes quiet, it leads to division, and in many times it just breaks the whole deal. Listen, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a short one, again, not too much. I would love you to contact me. Let me know of what subjects you'd like me to chat about. Also, if you're interested in any of our training, whether it's rent to rent, rent to service accommodation, which Leslie's got coming on next month, the month after hers is on this month, mine is at next month on the buy, refurb, refinance. If you're interested in any of that, please drop me an email and we will connect with you and let you know. All right, please share this video, subscribe, notification, and comment. I love your comments, and I normally reply to every single one of them myself. So listen, I wish you all the best on your property journey. I hope you enjoyed this, and may God bless you. Thank you. Bye bye.